Hi, welcome back to another video. It is your hostess, Sarah Michaels here. In this video, we're going to cover a little bit about the SEO for your website, how to add that in there, and really start to use these evergreen attraction methods to be able to build your business and get in front of people that are searching for whatever it is that you have. So, this one is specifically going to be relevant for if you are a Wix user. I know the two platforms that we're talking about inside of our membership community are the duplicate platform and Wix. So that's what I'm teaching on. However, if you're on a different platform, you can always use these methods that I'm showing you to do the competitive niche research and be able to utilize that for whatever site you're on. Now, I can tell you that if you are just getting started in business, I would not worry about SEO until you've at least made your first $5,000 to $10,000. This is not going to be your initial focus, because when you work with me and we're building your business, I walk you through the three very distinct stages of business building, and there will be certain tactics that you want to use at every level. But my main goal is to get you paid and get you on the fastest path to cash. And a lot of times, some clients that I've worked with, they've wanted to like make sure everything's perfect and they've got to have all the SEO and all that. And it's like, no, you want to have your funnel, you want to get your content out there, and then you want people to, so anyways, I would not do this until you've made at least your first $5,000 to $10,000. I would not dink around with the SEO. Okay. This is going to be like a long-term strategy. We want to help you making money first. That being said, if you've already done that, if you have your site, if you're ready to go to the next level, if you need to attract new people online and maybe you're like a leader, a top earner, anything like that, you're absolutely going to love the SEO aspect because it's going to be able to unlock that new level. So, a couple things that you're probably going to want to have pulled up is number one, you're going to want to have your Wix editor pulled up and the dashboard. And you're also going to want to have the Google Keyword Planning Tool. You can just Google it, just type in Google Keyword Planning Tool. And you're also just going to want to have Google pulled up. Okay, so Google. Now, what you're doing when your goal here, and by the way, if you don't know what SEO stands for, it's search engine optimization. And this is how you're going to get visible in front of people who are searching for your product, your company, your offer, or your industry online. And this is like free advertising. So, especially if you are in network marketing, a way that you can stand out from everybody else is, let's say that you were in Unique, for example. You want to be listed as one of the top search results that pops up when somebody is typing in Unique into Facebook. So, for example, as expected, the corporate page is coming up, but also there is a unique makeup review, testing the unique makeup, um, unique. So if I type in unique makeup, what comes up? So obviously the goal, if you are a unique distributor, would be to come up as one of the top search and the top search results for people who are searching for unique. So as you can see, this ageless beautiful, she must be a unique consultant who has nailed her SEO because she's coming up Heather Egan. Good job, Heather, with your SEO because she's coming up with for unique. Okay, so as you can see, this is what she's got going on here. So this is perfect. So for a website for an independent promoter, she's done a really awesome job with that. So if you are in a company, that would be your similar goal as well. Now, if you are how do I want to word this? If you are a influencer, a lifestyle influencer, a lot of the times people ask, well, should I have my site be connected all it should, should it all be on the same site if I'm doing courses, and should I do the SEO for my company or should I do it for my personal self or should I have a separate site? Personally, I have had the most success with creating a separate site just for your products, just for your opportunity. And the reason I recommend that, especially if you are a personal, like a lifestyle type influencer, is because otherwise people aren't going to be able to search for your other products. And if you're doing other things beyond just monetizing your message with your products or opportunity, you don't necessarily want to be so tied to that one specific thing. So it might be prudent to have a separate website that's linked to your main one, but then where you can really focus the keywords in on just your network marketing company. Now, if you are, if you know, if you, I don't want to say if you're just a network marketer, because there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of successful network marketers, 6 and 7 figure earners I've worked with, and they have a site and they're just going off of, that's what they do. They monetize their site with those keywords. And so they pop up. They don't have outside courses or anything. So that's 100% fine. Sorry, I've got to take a drink. I'm like on hour 4 of recording. Okay, so that is an option as well. Now, the easiest and the fastest and the best way to be able to find keywords would be to go to Google, actually. And you might want to pull up Trello. Trello is a organizational tool that I love using for my business. It's a free tool, so you can go to Trello.com. Otherwise, you can find the link in my business resource vault. And I believe if you want to unlock a free trial of the upgraded version, you can do that as well. So if you're looking for like site keywords, I like to, when I'm working, I like to organize that inside of Trello. So the easiest, fastest, and best way to find keywords, I'm going to show you my secret hack right here, is to go to Google. Because when you start typing into Google and they start giving you this predictive text underneath, they are literally giving you a service that we used to have to pay. When I say we, I mean network marketers, brand strategists, which is what I've been doing. We used to have to pay $97 a month for this service. It was a separate service. It was on a separate website. It was keyword research. And then Google, I believe, bought out that service and integrated it into their website. So now anybody can access this, like just like that. So when you start going to Google and you type in your company or you type in the product that you're, creating SEO around. By the way, you can absolutely create a spin-off website centered around one specific product. And that has a lot of success. I've personally done it. I've done it right now in this new company, and it's, it works. So you can absolutely do that as well. So for example, if I were going to type in, and I'm just going to use an example that I know some of you will connect with. So if I were to type in a cream that was like a lipofilling cream, some of the keywords I might check for would be natural, Botox alternative. And as you can see, it's giving me a list of short tail keywords right here. Short tail keywords are 2 to 4 words. Okay, so this is a short tail keyword. So when someone is looking up this, it's giving me keywords right here. So it's natural Botox alternative, natural Botox cream. Okay, so that is some of the things that I could type in as far as keywords go. And obviously I would go write those down inside of this list right here. Now, when you're going to your Wix SEO, you're going to open up the dashboard and you'll go to the marketing and the SEO tab and you'll see the SEO tools. One of the first things that you want to do is go to the Get Found on Google tab and click on Start Now, and it will activate the SEO wizard, which will walk you through everything you need to do. So just follow the SEO wizard. You'll type in all of that information and type in your keywords. Okay. So the other thing, is if you are in network marketing, I would type in one of the keywords. I would have it be the name of your company and the name of the product that you're funneling or keywording. So if you're creating a website for a specific product, that's what you would do. So for example, I would be XYZ company, XYZ product. So use that for one of the keywords on your site. Now, if you're just creating a main site for your products for your company, you would probably just type in the company name for one of the keywords, and then I don't know, this is something like, I don't want to use my company name, so I'll just say like unique makeup products, or unique makeup review, or unique makeup before and afters, or unique presenter, or whatever you're doing. That would be one of the keywords for that site. Okay. So you go through the SEO wizard. Now, the other thing that you want to have pulled up is you want to have pulled up your site editor. And what you'll do is any image that's a single image here on your website, you want to click on the settings. And in the settings, you want to make sure that you have keywords typed into the image text. This is one of the best ways that you're going to be able to get your website and your images crawled by Google. So, in my history as a website designer and brand strategist and lead generation specialist, all of the clients that I've personally worked with for websites have gotten listed on the front page of Google, which means when someone is going to type in their thing, that's what's popping up. And I've also created blogs and websites over my last, I don't know, 10, 15 years. So if I type in fat flush, let's just type in fat flush phase 1. I used to have a blog dedicated to this. And so when I'm typing this in, I'm still showing up as the top thing right here. This has made me hundreds, if not like a couple $1,000s over the years because of this keyword. So I was getting in front of people, Google Ads was paying me money, and so I was the number one search term for fat flush phase 1, okay? So that was one of the keywords that I used. So when you're going in here and you're typing in your image, you want to make sure that you're using all the image tool tip on Google. So you'll type that in. You don't have to add a tool tip, just the image description for Google. You're also going to want to make sure that you go into the menus and pages, click on the settings, and then the SEO basics. Now, the SEO wizard will walk you through this as well. One of the things to know, though, is that make sure that you have an actual domain connected. So, for example, it might be workwithsarah.com or my best makeup cream or whatever your product is. You want to make sure that you have an actual domain connected to the site, not pointed. You want to have the root domain connected to the site so that this is what the site is. Because if you're using this subdomain at all, Google does not like that and they're not going to show your site to the SEO. So make sure that you have connected the domain specifically to your website. The next thing that you're going to do is you'll probably want to edit your social share settings. So you have an image here and a description. And then the SEO wizard is going to walk you through this. So underneath of here, when it's like going through that, it'll tell you step by step what to do to have the SEO on Google. Now, keep in mind, this is just for Wix. If you are using duplicate and SEO, that would be a whole separate tutorial on that. So there you go, you'll do that. And that's it. So pretty much when you're going to search for keywords, you really want to get inside of the head of people and understand what they're searching for. If you also know of a site where somebody or maybe it's a competitor's website, if you're using the Google keyword planning tool, you could also go in and you can either start with keywords. So if you want to see what people are searching for when people are typing in, so let's say like natural Botox alternative. Okay, so and then you can leave this blank if you just want to get the results based on the keyword. Like, okay, so now I can see what people are bidding on. This is a pretty high bid keyword. Average monthly searches are only between 1 and 1,000. So that's a really low number. So that's good. And you can see that people are bidding on this keyword, which means that it's a hot keyword. Like, this is something that is a good thing to bid on. Okay, so the other thing is maybe you want to check out a competitor's website and kind of like reverse engineer what people are looking for. So, for example, let me see. If I were to type in, let's say I'm a life coach and I want to type in tonyrobbins.com, I would be able to see what people are searching for when they type in his website. Okay, so if I'm looking and I'm like, oh, what, So if you're like a coach or something, or maybe there's a competitor, if you know their website, you can come in here and you can reverse engineer and you can see the keywords that people are bidding on. This is a high bid keyword right here. So this would be another keyword. You'll probably want to make sure that it's relevant. You don't want to pick a keyword just because people are bidding on it, but you'll be able to see what people are typing in when they're looking for him. So if you happen to know any competitors' websites, you can kind of like reverse engineer and figure out the keywords working backwards. And so those are keywords that you could implement as well. You can only, so you'll want to pick your top 3 keywords to have for your site. You can only use 3. They have to be between 2 and 4 sentences long. But then on the rest of your website, if you're adding images to pages and stuff like that, or you're going in and doing the SEO for each page, you can use those specific keywords. So let's say that there's multiple different products, right? And so if you're creating a site where you're going to be talking about the products that you sell for your company, if you're an affiliate, every one of those pages could have different keywords. And then any images on that page could have different keywords as well. And so that's where this keyword planning tool would come in handy, because you'll be able to work backwards and type those different keywords in for each page or product. Okay. So hopefully this was helpful. I know I just gave you a bunch of information, but again, this is the tools that I use, and then the Wix SEO wizard is going to make it super duper easy for you to just come in and go through their whole checklist, and then you will have a site connected to Google. Now, please remember that SEO takes a while. It's not an overnight thing. It takes 6 months, 12 months, 2 years. Like the longer it sets, the better it gets. So this is like a long game strategy, which is why I do not recommend that people start here. I also would not recommend if you're in network marketing and you have team members doing this is not the first training that I would have them go through, because this is going to be eating up their like very, very precious time, where in the beginning, they should be focusing on viral attraction, getting their name out there, automated attractions, getting people to their funnels. That's what they should be doing. Once they've made their first $5,000 to $10,000, then yeah, maybe come back in and set up a site and do the SEO. So just so you know, if you're watching this and you want to be training your teams on this, I would not have them be doing SEO until they've already seen some success. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for watching this training. If you have any questions, if you are in the CCQ community, just pop them underneath of the weekly Q&A thread, and we can cover that in an upcoming call. So thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.